Sometimes US politics feels like a one-man theater. Donald Trump just gave another performance, declaring Ukraine can take back all its territory and calling Russia a paper tiger. Looks great on the front pages. The hero in New York, allies clapping, Zelensky glowing. But listen closely. Behind the applause is an empty box. The whole speech sounds more like a movie trailer ending with "to be continued." On Truth Social, Trump wrote, "Ukraine, backed by the European Union, is capable of fighting and restoring all of Ukraine in its original form." Then he added, "Russia has been waging a senseless war for 3.5 years that real military power would finish in a week. This makes them look like a paper tiger." Stirring words, sure, but in practice, Washington's help is limited to one scheme: sell weapons through NATO, let Europe foot the bill, and keep US defense contractors busy. Kyiv gets promises in shiny wrapping paper, while American business cashes the checks. Trump even played energy guru. "Orban will stop buying Russian oil if I talk to him," touching faith in his own charisma. Hungary, with half its economy tied to the Druzhba pipeline, suddenly giving it all up for a smile from Trump? That's not politics. That's stand-up comedy. Still, Zelensky looked thrilled. After all, who else will tell him to his face that Moscow is not that great and that Ukrainians can go further? Now the reality check: no new US sanctions, no direct money for Kyiv, weapons only through allies. China and India keep trading with Moscow, untouched. What we're left with is a storm of words against Russia and zero real leverage. It's like a neighbor threatening to call the cops, then phoning his mom instead to complain he can't sleep. In Washington they call it room for maneuver, but in plain English it's word games. And here's the irony: calling Russia a paper tiger only pushes the Kremlin to prove the opposite. Trump knows Russia isn't running its military at full throttle. The likely effect? Moscow ramps up its defense industry even harder. Great business logic: the longer the war drags on, the longer NATO keeps buying American steel. That's Trump's trademark. Tough talk for the cameras, careful accounting for the contracts. Strip it down and it's a classic Trump trick. Paint Ukraine as the winner in words, leave Europe paying the bills, NATO fighting the war, and America cashing in. It's Reagan's evil empire all over again. Lots of fiery rhetoric, zero rush to actually fight someone else's war. My bottom line: Trump isn't a prophet of Ukrainian victory, he's a salesman of hope. And while Kyiv claps, the war on the ground doesn't shrink by a single mile. So what do you think? Is this the clever strategy of a businessman, shifting the costs onto Europe and Ukraine, or does Trump genuinely believe Kyiv can win?